Good afternoon, class. My name is Alex Marianis, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about end-stage renal disease and dialysis treatments for it. So imagine having to go to a facility 3 times a week. Every time that you're there for about 4 hours. You're just there doing nothing, sitting down, maybe on your phone. It sounds like it sucks, right? Well, there's so many people that have to go through that every week. That's their lifestyle, just so that they could be able to live. Every year, 6,500,000 people have been diagnosed with end-stage renal disease and require the dialysis treatments. Hemodialysis can be tormenting to an individual. It changes their entire life. It changes the way that they live, their social life, their work life, uh, life at home with their family. It changes completely everything, just because of how traumatizing it can be. First of all, what is end-stage renal disease? It starts off as chronic kidney disease, which is that the kidney starts losing function. Slowly, it builds up to stage 4 kidney disease, which means there's no function of the kidneys at all. And for those of you who don't know, a kidney's function is to filter out blood. It filters out blood. It gathers up all the toxins that's in your blood, all the electrolytes, everything that's toxic to your body, and you pee it all out. Now, if the kidneys can't, um, you know, filter out the toxins, it can lead to sepsis and eventually death, just because of how toxic your blood will get to your body, and it starts killing off all your cells, and you just die. So yeah, you can get a kidney transplant, but the waiting list is so long that in the meantime you'll have to be getting the dialysis treatment. Um, I'm gonna read this one off because I don't want to leave off any symptoms. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, change in urination, just because the toxins won't be building up, so you'll be peeing a lot less. Muscle cramps, because the toxins mess with your muscles, and it like causes them to cramp. Altered mental status, all the toxins go to your brain, so you start being delirious. You don't know what's going on around you. Hypertension, edema. What that is that all the toxins, all the fluid that builds up due to the kidneys not filtering out the blood, it goes down to your legs. It goes to the lowest part of your body, making your ankles uh, bigger. Chest pain, that's because all the fluid that's building up, it can also go to your chest, maybe while you're laying down, and it's making it hard to breathe, which also causes shortness of breath. So some diseases that can cause end-stage renal disease is diabetes, hypertension because the blood pressure, it slowly starts beating off the kidney cells, causing them to die off and eventually losing function. Vesicular reflex, that's when your urine, you're very dehydrated, so your urine needs to be absorbed back into the body. It goes back into your kidneys, and that messes up function of the kidneys. Polycystic kidneys, that's when your kidneys are filled with cysts. Interstitial nephritis and glomerulonephritis. Uh, Cause of the disease can be fluid retention, like I said earlier, the swelling of limbs, anemia, and pericarditis. So if you can't find a kidney donor, what would you have to do to survive? That's obviously the dialysis. Now, there's two types of dialysis treatments. There is peritoneal dialysis, a more convenient way of doing things, and then there's hemodialysis. Uh, there's two types of peritoneal dialysis. It's the continuous ambulatory kidney dialysis and automated peritoneal dialysis. Uh, continuous ambulatory kidney dialysis is when you could still walk around. What they do is that they put a tube into your stomach, back into where all the fluid is building up. About 5 times a day, you connect the bag into that tube, and it drains out all the fluid. You gotta do that 5 times a day. So whether you're at work or at home, you gotta do it just to get rid of all the toxins. And then there's um, the automated peritoneal dialysis. What you do there is the same thing, but you connect it to a machine at night. You connect the tube to a machine at night, and while you're asleep, it drains out everything. And then, of course, there's the hemodialysis. That's the more tedious way of doing things. What they do is that they place a catheter either into your arm, your thigh, your neck, or your chest, and they you gotta go, do the whole 3 times a week, 4 hours a day, depending on how bad your kidneys are messed up, and you just gotta go through that. All right. So in conclusion, in order to try your best to not get end-stage renal disease, you gotta maintain a healthy diet, don't smoke tobacco, exercise, eat healthy, try to eat foods with low cholesterol, low sodium, and although that doctors do say that dialysis patients will live up to only 5 to 10 years, a lot of them have lived up to 20 to 30 years, so it's not as bad as they would make it seem. It would give you more time to find a kidney donor. Okay, so thank you guys, and if you have any questions, comment below.